AP KYIV, Ukraine. At least 63 Russian soldiers who were barricaded inside a building that was hit by Ukrainian rockets on Tuesday were killed, dealing another setback to the Kremlin's war plans at a time when Ukraine claims Moscow's tactics may be changing. 5 cranes and rescue personnel could be seen lifting large chunks of concrete under a clear blue sky in an Associated Press video of the scene in Makiivka, a town in the eastern Donetsk area that is only partially under Russian control. According to a Russian Defense Ministry statement, the attack, which allegedly took place over the weekend, was carried out by Ukrainian forces using rockets fired from a HIMARS multiple launch system provided by the United States. Few additional specifics were included in the Russian statement Monday regarding the incident. Unverified reports from other sources place the death toll significantly higher. According to the Strategic Communications Directorate of the Ukrainian military, over 400 mobilized Russian soldiers were killed and another 300 were injured in a Makiivka vocational school building on Sunday. It was impossible to independently verify such assertion. The vocational school was not mentioned in the Russian statement, which simply stated that the strike happened in the vicinity of Makiivka. The AP's analysis of satellite images reveals what seems to be the strike's aftereffects. A picture from December 20 showed the structure standing. In one from January 2, it was in ruins. On other days, the cloud cover was so dense that it was impossible to detect the spot using regular satellite images. Locals gathered for an Orthodox memorial service in Samara, Russia, in the southwest. Following the service, there was a moment of quiet, and flowers were set at a war memorial from the Soviet era, according to RIA. Unverified claims in Russian-language media said that the victims were local reservists who had been called up for duty. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is considering measures to restore momentum in the conflict, which has lasted far longer than the Kremlin had planned and has devolved into an attrition war against a Ukrainian counteroffensive supported by weapons supplied by the West. In a video address late Tuesday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said his country needs to strengthen its defenses in the face of what he described as Russian plans for a new offensive. Zelensky had stated in remarks made the day before that the Kremlin intended to increase the use of drones that explode. He stated Monday night, "We have evidence that Russia is contemplating a protracted strike with Shahids, exploding drones." According to Zelensky, the objective is to exhaust our people, our air defense, and our energy in order to overcome Ukraine's resistance. Exploding drones are an inexpensive weapon that the Russian military uses to terrorize their adversaries. Concerning Tehran's suspected participation in providing Moscow with the drones, the United States and its allies have argued with Iran. The Institute for the Study of War said Putin is striving to strengthen support for his strategy among key voices in Russia. Such egregious military blunders will make it more difficult for Putin to placate the Russian anti-war movement and maintain the prevailing narrative in the domestic media, it continued. In the meantime, drone developments in Ukraine have quickened a trend that could soon see the first completely autonomous war robots deployed on the front lines. It might only be a matter of time until Russia or Ukraine deploys them, according to experts. Putin may not be able to accomplish his objectives if he continues to rely on drones that are already in use, as Ukraine claims to have a high rate of success against them. But exhausting Ukrainian air defenses is one of the goals of utilizing drones. According to Ukrainian Air Force spokesman Yuri Ianat in a televised interview on Tuesday, since September, the country's armed forces had shot down around 500 drones. The long-range bombardments have targeted the electrical grid in an effort to weaken civilian resistance to Russia's invasion while also leaving them vulnerable to the bitter winter cold. 2 persons were hurt in the most recent battle when a Russian missile attack occurred overnight on the Donetsk area city of Drushkivka, according to Kirilo Tymoshenko, the deputy head of the Ukrainian presidential office. On Tuesday, the Russian military admitted attacking the Donetsk neighborhoods of Drushkivka and Kramatorsk. 4 HIMARS launchers were allegedly destroyed in the area, according to the defense ministry. This claim could not be independently verified. According to officials, the attack destroyed the largest hockey and figure skating facility in Ukraine. Russian shelling on Monday caused 2 deaths and 9 injuries in recently retaken portions of the southern Kherson district, according to Yaroslav Yanishevich, the Ukrainian governor of Kherson. He added that 2 persons died on Tuesday in the Kherson region after hitting a mine. Tuesday also saw the following additional developments. Ukraine's top security agency announced it was filing criminal charges against 2 senior Russian officers suspected of supervising strikes against civilians. Although it is unlikely that Kobylash and Osipov will be put on trial anytime soon, the news marks the first time Ukrainian authorities have sought charges directly related to attacks on civilian infrastructure and residential areas. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States, General Mark Milley, spoke with General Valery Zaluzhnyi, the top military official of Ukraine, on the phone for the first time this year.